tell you in my own way.
Sorry,
But
guys, I forgot to hit the record
oh,
button.
that's okay. Bless you. That's okay. I'm glad it wasn't recorded. And Vanessa, I apologize for
I
all
would
of this,
just go to
this mind
Julia
dump.
and
Glad I've gotten
Tom.
15 minutes of
Sister
mind dump from
Julia
me.
and Tom, they missed the fact that you got my guide inside into not just one school.
Yes.
How many schools?
awesome.
At least two, you said.
Oh, it's going to be at least 2. It might
Wow.
be 3 because I'm thinking I might use it with another school to use that and tie that into Google Classroom. I had all kinds of ideas driving home yesterday. I was just like,
Wow.
walking into Northeast yesterday, I'm like, I was walking on a cloud. I'm like, she gets what I do. And it's completely, yes, she gets it. I'm there to help people use technology. I don't, do certain
Right.
other things.
Right.
There's only so much a human being can do.
Yeah, but Karen, when you bring that into the classroom for the kids, the teachers are going to benefit as well, obviously. By
Hopefully
default,
they'll stick
right?
around and listen, hopefully.
Yeah,
Well,
hopefully they will, right.
And that was the question. I was talking to Meg and Alicia yesterday. They're the ones who I've did the Google Classroom with in December, and I've been back to do coding with them. And those kids saw me and they're like, whoo, and they went out to recess, and the girls were like, I met with them and showed them the who's guide, and I got teacher's guide for this one.
Oh,
And I've got the
nice,
student lessons
nice.
on my Kindle. So I just, it's like explain to them what I've been doing, and I said, I was impacted with COVID and all that stuff. And last school year was a difficult year. And they were very supportive. And Meg's like, that's why you're posting the stuff that you post on your Facebook page.
Oh.
So I get where it's coming from now, why your outlook is what it is. So, and they,
Ooh.
they're like, they're seeing, and they know now what happened with me. And
Wow.
so the
So
guide
can you
inside,
say
the
that again
teachers,
about the Facebook page? I'm sorry, I got distracted with.
there's
I
just been
saw
some,
Vanessa's lovely daughter.
I know,
and
she's
I got
adorable.
totally
Daughter.
distracted.
She
she's
is.
gorgeous. She in 3rd grade?
Grade 2.
Oh, grade 2.
She's very
Adorable.
tall.
Wait, two? She seems so
She's
much
tall.
older.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, she looks like she is, but she's only 8.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah, grades I think are different in different countries, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what yours is, but she's 8. Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, she looks
She's
just like
adorable.
you.
Uh-huh. She
That's
does.
a compliment. A big compliment.
Absolutely. So Karen, when you
Adorable.
say a Facebook page, you're saying like the things that you post,
Yeah, I just post
like
positive
words,
messages.
yeah, there you go. But see,
Anything
this is how
positive I
this,
see, I post.
but that's how this works though, right?
Yeah,
They're already noticing, my gosh, something's different about Karen.
yes. And there's
I
two
want some of that, right?
3rd grade classrooms
Yeah.
in that same building that they're teachers that I'm very close with. And there's a teacher in another school that I'm, going to go do with her class that I've also done Google Classroom. She's 2nd grade as well. So
Wow.
I'm doing this with friends, like people that I'm very
Beautiful.
tight with. So
Beautiful, beautiful. Like Sid says, give it away. Give it away.
I am
Like when you're
giving
in
it
that good,
away,
when
and
you're
you
in
know
that good
what?
feeling,
Incredible,
give it away.
Karen. That's
Yeah, that is
absolutely
radical. You're right.
incredible.
Good for
It was
you,
a hell of a
Karen.
week.
Can we, yeah, it was
love
one of
it.
these, right? Like a real roller
It
coaster.
started
but
going,
you
it
really
started
ended
here
on
and
a
it went up.
high.
It had nowhere to go but up, and it went up.
I love
and
it. I love it. Karen, that is awesome. Awesome.
You know what? I have this thought. What do the rest of you think? What if we are all your listeners? Like we're
Oh,
all,
yes.
the 3 of us are coaches for what you said. Maybe we could ask, how do you feel about this, Karen? And for the rest of us to ask you some questions that
Yeah.
came to mind.
Feel
Go
free.
for it.
I have been on the other side of all this, so yes, I've sat back
All
and
right.
watched. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
Does anybody
Yeah,
have a
that's
question?
great.
Because I have a great question.
Go
I wanna
ahead. Go
throw
ahead,
out
Laura.
there.
You go. Go ahead.
So my question is, Dominic is the insecure, difficult one, right?
Dominique.
Dominique.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's
Dominique.
they're two
Lynn and I had
very
a difficult
type A
Dominic.
personalities, strong
it's-
women.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dominique.
Yeah.
Well, Lynn and I had a difficult Dominic,
Mm,
meetup group. Very intellectual,
yeah,
all about the intellect. I mean, we have to remember that 90% of the population, how much of the population knows about the three principles? Probably more, less than 10%
yeah,
of the whole. So 90% of the population, we'll just say for argument's sake, is all about intellect. Show me the data. They're all about show me the
Exactly.
data, right?
Everyone's
Right.
justifying everything. Yes.
Yes, yes. Or they want to tell you what they know from all of the outside in
Yes.
world.
Yeah,
So my
yes,
question to you, Karen, and to all of us really, to me included, because we all have Dominiques in our life,
yes,
and
yes.
usually more than one. How would it be for you if you saw through Dominique in a way that would totally remove any irritation you could ever have with her? What would that be like? And that's really for all of us, because I'm just thinking, oh my God, if I could remove the irritation that I have for certain people, and it's a lot lower. Let me tell
Yeah.
you, it's a
Yes.
lot lower,
Yeah,
but
I
I
agree,
still
Lori.
have
Yeah.
grinding. I still
Mhm.
get, I still
Well,
feel
and that's what I had to go into that meeting with. Was to have let go of all of that. And I had to let go of all that. When I reflected back on Monday, I was just like, I vented it out, spewed it out to a friend. She's never going to hold it against me. She teased me about it 2 days later, but it was like, it's okay. We all have those people we can just spew.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she says, are you feeling any better now? I said, yes, because I actually sat and went through to figure out why I didn't want them at that presentation. Because I just didn't have a trust in them. Oh, we're here we want to help you. We want to support you. And I'm thinking, really?
Yeah.
You didn't want to know or support me when I needed you last year, when I ended up in Lori's office digitally. But yes, I was like, and so I had to go and peel through all of that and forgive and let it go because it's in the past. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
And I can't have it cloud my future.
Yeah.
Now, and please feel free to disagree with me, all of you. What I'm seeing more and more in my own life is that letting go is at one level. It's really, like there's a convincing ourselves to
Yes.
letting go.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
At a deeper level, there's a holy crap, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that I'm there with everybody in my life, but I am there so much more
Yeah.
than, my brother has been a real source of difficulty. But it's, like I can't even say that I let it go because it's gone. Most of it.
Mhm.
He still irritates me 1-2%. I don't know, whatever percent it is, depending on the day, depending on where my state of mind is. He'll
Yeah.
have that effect on me, but not much. And I have to admit, like Karen, you're helping me, Karen. Let me tell you, I'm having insights. I'm seeing things. I have to admit that I complained about my bio brother to my stepbrother. So I guess I was venting, right? Now, is venting helpful? That's a question I have for all of us. I don't know why I did the same thing. I vented to my stepbrother. And then it was like, okay, I got my stepbrother on my side.
I think it is. I think it's helpful. Yeah. But you know what? I just occurred to me, Karen, that even if those ladies did come, it really wouldn't be a bad thing if they showed up with an empty mind, because they could use it.
Benefit.
Whether
they could benefit.
They could benefit. But I understand
and
what you're saying. But yeah, they could benefit though.
Yeah, well, and they will end up being, I don't want them at my first one.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
will definitely be invited. And if they come, they come. And I just need to, I need a chance to do it myself once or twice.
Yes.
And I'm gonna do back-to-back sessions over at Northeast on Friday morning.
Nice. Nice.
But,
Karen,
yeah,
I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
That Dominique. That Dominique.
Her ears are probably ringing.
Do you see her
Sorry.
innocence?
huh?
Do you see her innocence?
I do now. It took me, it took me time to give that grace.
I just,
Yeah.
I've tried, we've had, there was
That's
a
a
couple
beautiful-
things I've had a couple encounters with her this year, pleasant ones. But it took me time. I was like, I need to build that trust, but I can't build that trust unless I give her a clean slate.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Good
What
question.
do you see
That's a great
about
question.
innocence, Vanessa? I wonder what,
I-
that's a good thing to talk
to
about.
me,
We were going
Mhm.
to talk
I
about
don't think-
ego versus wisdom.
Yeah, but that's
But
good. Yeah, we're
this is all
close.
part of it.
Yeah,
Innocence.
exactly.
You know, I don't think a lot of people realize what they do to others.
Yes.
You know, they've been so hurt. You know, and I don't think this is from the three principles. This has always just been, for me, compassion that I've seen in my life and for others. And this must be wisdom coming through. That's always come through. But it's that everybody's been so hurt
Yeah.
that, you know, they can't always deal with the issues. And I mean, I've had, like with my husband, you know, I don't want to say this if he's not around here, but you know, he would come and he would be incredibly nasty to me. But only, and for years, I didn't know what to do about it. I couldn't believe somebody could be so nasty. And I mean, you're supposed to say you love me, and now you don't. How can you do that to me if you love me? And then you know, and I think with the three principles, I started to see that he actually, that's his like guard, his defense. He doesn't know what else to do sometimes when he's in a state of, it's like he loses his own mind or whatever. You know, he just like, it's just so much. And I just see that now. I can see there's an innocence there where somewhere along the line, whatever it was when he was young, something happened, whatever it was. And we're not going back there, but it was like, okay, now I see that you're not trying to hurt me. It's just that you don't know what else to do.
Wow. Absolutely. Wow, that's huge. That's so what happens? I'm just curious in that, does that situation still occur every now and then?
Yeah, I mean, I had it recently, maybe this week or last week, where he did that. And because he escapes into his, you know, for years he actually used to not even, like, he'd not talk to me for days on end, and then go into his workshop and yeah, it used to hurt me because I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised in a situation we chatted or we even shouted at each other, and it would be 2 minutes and then it's over. You know, you don't hold it against the person, you just move on. So it was a very strange situation coming into a relationship with him. I mean, he's really taught me a lot. Yeah, so I have had it recently. And I mean, I think, Karen, I also still sometimes, I mean, I still react. I'm still human.
Absolutely.
You know, I still absolutely am human. I'm still hurt. But then another thing clicks over and says, hey, you know, he doesn't know any better. And then I just
that
leave him, like
moment.
you're doing.
In
with
that
Dominique.
moment, right.
Yeah,
right.
you're just leaving her. Let her be. And I think that's the greatest thing that you're doing at the moment. Just let her be. Let her be whatever she wants to be. And hopefully at one point, you know, she will get some wisdom and realize what she's doing isn't right.
Right.
but it's not your responsibility, like you are saying, to make that person change.
Isn't there a quote from Jesus? They know not what they do.
Oh, what a
Yes.
beautiful
He said that on the
Yes.
cross, yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah,
From
that is
a-
beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, Vanessa, let's see, is your husband responding to you differently now that you have this understanding that you have shifted so much?
Good
Is,
question, Lynn.
yeah, I'm just curious, like how that is.
Very much so. He has responded incredibly well. And, I just think how amazing this whole, it's thought is not, it's spiritual.
Yes.
It's that amazing spiritualness. It fascinates me how deep it is.
I know.
And how it encompasses so much. It's, like me being a spiritual being, but this thought is a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
And it's just changed. Like, I didn't do anything. I'm not like
Yes.
some saint.
Yeah.
So it's just changed. Like, we have changed. Our relationship has changed. And yes, now and again he might go into his cave. I don't agree with that, Mars to Venus thing at all. But
Me neither. Me neither.
yeah, it's a lot of crap. But
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, so yeah, he has really, things have changed, things have really changed. And he definitely sees the three principles. I think he sometimes has it, he's always had it more than me. He hasn't really, at times he'll click into his head.
Mhm.
And then at times, but I've seen him how he's a very jokey type man. Like, he got a lot of good sense of humor and always got something. But when he's good, and when he's bad.
I get it.
And I'm not that. I'm the serious one. So for me, Sid has always helped me lighten up. Like, recently, I just I'm going through Steve Chander's stuff a bit, and he's like, lighten up. That's just, I love that just laugh and joke,
Yeah.
and get your daughter involved in it, and that's helped me a lot. Is that off the point?
Yeah. No, that's great. But you're right. Thought is all spiritual. It's just incredible on what you could really see. Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that's great, Vanessa. Wow.
What Vanessa said kind of piggybacks on, I think one of you asked the question about, just like spewing and letting, I think we all learn that, over time things change. Because I know one of the lessons from my guidance side talks to the kid about, the kid has an eruption, how else could this have gone? I think we learn what doesn't work. We tried differently. I think, like, my spew was not at all like when I had those meetings with them last year. I wasn't a crying mess. I didn't cry through any of this. I didn't cry after any of this because I was seeing it at a different level. I was up a level, not where any, not the highest level yet. Long way to go yet. I'm like a newbie at this, but I'll tell you, insights are making things so much better. I think shifts happen over.
Yes. They happen when they happen. And you know what, Karen, we're all newbies, really. I always say I'm a newbie too, because you never stop seeing. It only gets better and better and better.
Oh,
Really.
who
Yeah,
wrote
Sid
this
said
book
that.
20 years ago?
What does that say?
Has it
Healthy.
been 20 years? It's been
Oh
20
my God,
years.
Lori,
I've
you
wanted
wrote,
to get it on Amazon.
Lori, you wrote a lot of books. I didn't know. What is the name of that one now?
Copyright 2000. 22.
Health, oh,
Two,
feeling. Oh my gosh, from the, oh
22
my
years ago.
gosh,
I'll have to tell Jack. I
Lori, you
have
should
2
advertise
boxes, 2
that.
cartons. Maybe
my
your school
gosh.
wants to buy one for every student. I have 2
Wow.
cartons in my basement.
I'm
I might be able
amazed.
to
I'll
help.
sell it to
I'll
them
have to
half
get you to
price.
autograph this at some point.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know you had that one. So you have 3 books you wrote, Lori.
Yeah,
3
I know.
books. Wow.
22 years. I had no clue
Wow.
it was that long, Karen. Thank you. I'm in
Sorry.
touch
Wow.
with Jack all the time, not all the time, but quite a bit. And I'll have to tell him for 22 years, and I still have it up on my my
Gosh.
current tab. You know how you wind up with so many tabs on the top of the screen? Amazon seller. 22 years, I've not gotten it up on Amazon to sell it there. Shame on me.
Oh,
No,
it's
that's
it's not
this
it's
is
not
where I got
on
it from.
Amazon.
I got it from
Not on
Amazon, didn't I?
Amazon. You got
Did
it on Amazon?
I think, didn't I? Or did
Let
you
me- let me
send this
look
to
it up.
me?
I
Let me
think
see if
I
I
sent
can
it
find
to
it.
you. Yeah, I
Oh,
mailed
you
it
sent
to
it to
you.
me.
I
Okay,
sent
it was
to
in my
you.
So-
pile. Okay, it was in my
Oh,
pile. I'm
that's
going
interesting.
22 years. I'm like, holy crap.
And my
she's been-
little tiny book, it's
Yes,
an inside out
I love
revolution.
that.
Oh
That
my
is a
gosh,
cool book.
Lori.
Inside out. It's an inside out world.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my
Yeah, you didn't
gosh,
sign this
Lori,
one.
you're quite the author there.
You didn't sign this.
Never planned to write a book. The way that the first one that Karen held up.
Yeah, you didn't sign this one. You signed the other one, I think. You
Oh, I
signed
didn't
one of them.
sign
The
it.
Secret of Love you signed.
Well, when we all get together in the good weather, we'll all get together and I'll sign it. Bring your books.
Yay. I'm
And
going to
you'll
bring
have
them.
to fly in, Vanessa.
Yes, and here's the other book. Yes. Oh,
But
we
Lori,
should
you know
fly
what?
over
I
to
haven't
her.
got that secret.
Yeah, really.
Get
Wow,
this war
Lori, that's
over with.
incredible. That's oh, I know, crazy.
So the way
that's
healthy thinking feeling happened, I was at a Three Principles conference. I think it was like before 1994, wasn't it? Somewhere around
Wow.
94. Oh, you said it was 2000. Yeah,
Well, it was copyright in 2000. So, yeah.
copyright. So I'm at this conference. I hardly know anybody. And Jack comes up to me. He says, "Hi, I'm Jack Pransky, and I'm here that you were an art teacher. And I was asked to write this book for Safer Society Press. Do you want to help me?" Okay, Jack.
Wow.
That was the first time. And really, Jack
I
wrote
like
it.
that
It
one.
should say Jack Pransky with some help from Lori. Because anything I submitted to Jack, he would redo it.
Oh,
He's
geez, we
funny.
won't tell anybody.
So
We won't
funny.
tell anybody. No, I'm sure you have great input. You're a great writer, Lori. You're a great writer.
But we actually went on because of that, pointing out the happenstance of life. Like, talk
Yeah.
about a spiritual life. It's just amazing how happenstance works. From that, Jack and I offered 5 long-term trainings, 3 in Vermont at the parenting centers, mostly at parenting centers, and 2 in Connecticut.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's the river of life.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Lynn and I talk about, you don't have to set goals. You don't have, you have maybe a financial goal to figure out
Right.
when you can retire.
Right, right.
I got a joke on my phone earlier. We're a group of about 8 women in different places now. And so some sends out, yeah, I just worked with my financial advisor and I found out that I can retire at 62 comfortably for about 11 minutes.
How cute is that? Oh my gosh. Too funny. Too funny. Okay. So Vanessa, how about yourself? How's any new insights for
I
you
want to
this week?
retire.
Yeah.
And come to Connecticut. Yes.
Yeah, there you
Thanks
go.
for bringing us back.
Just
the
what,
moment, Lynn.
no, I usually get lost, but I'm just curious to hear from you, Vanessa.
What did you say?
What's any new insights for you this week come up or anything
I
occur to
don't know if
you?
it was an insight or not, but I actually, Tony Belton. Tony lives near me. Lori knows Tony.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Lori, you know Tony. She's not with
Oh,
me.
maybe she can't hear
Lori?
you. Lori, oh, she said, do you hear, say that again?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say that again.
I said that
I didn't realize that I hit the button
Oh,
and then
that's
this
okay.
goes off.
Oh,
What
I
happened?
said I had a meeting with Tony this week. You know Tony from South Africa?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great. So I actually decided that I said to her, Tony, I really want you to be my coach. So she's learning so fast and furious, but she's calm and curious. So I just said to her, and then it's been actually quite an interesting week. And I just noticed like this week I have, because I can be quite passive, and I don't know what to do next or where to go, or so it was quite a thing for me to ask her to be my coach. And then I don't know, and then I mean I haven't seen her yet. I'll see her on Tuesday. And then I just started realizing, I'm like, okay, let's do things. Let's just do stuff and just get moving. And I think that's been quite a kind of a change for me, because I was very nervous to move. And yeah, I think things are just happening, which is
Oh,
nice.
beautiful, beautiful. And she's a coach for what, the principals or for,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, but she does a lot of business coaching at the moment as well. So kind of getting, if you want to be a coach, then she'll get you to start moving. And yeah, I mean, I do want to go into coaching. I have to say, really, that's kind of what I would like, with Pilates, or with movement. I wouldn't just say Pilates. I want to, she knows, Tony knows me because she's come to my Pilates sessions and that, and my yoga sessions. So she knows me. She knows that I really enjoy movement. I don't think I'll ever give it up. It's just who I am.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
That
But
was
with
Lynn's
coaching.
past. Oh, I'm sorry.
That was my past too.
Yes,
Yeah,
she said,
yeah,
yeah,
until,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Why did you give it
stuff.
up?
Yeah.
Why didn't you did you?
Well, I gave it up because I the universe took me in the whole different direction of mind stuff. That was just a stepping stone for me from where I am. I mean, I can go back and do it, but I've always wanted mind. I've always knew that I didn't know I was missing the principles, but this is what I was looking for. Yeah. And honestly, where I was here in Connecticut, I had to work a bazillion hours to make a living here. I just couldn't make a living doing it. And I was in the boat. I got divorced and I had to make a living. So, I just couldn't do it there, but this is where I'm supposed to really be. But I love the fitness. I still move every day too. You love it. Yeah. But that would be great to combo this together. That's a great combination, Vanessa, really.
Yeah,
Because you already have people who love you. Yeah, people already know you. They may want to coach.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean by combo, in that we do like within a class but I would separate it, I would teach because that's what I do.
Right.
And then I would coach,
Yeah, exactly. And you might get people that, because they know and love you, they may come over to the coaching side. They may need help with something in their life, Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like, you never know. Like
Nice.
Laurie says, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, Joel Peters is a 3 principles coach and also a yogi. He's been to India several times. I did with Ariel Lynn.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Brought Ariel into that. She may have mentioned it. The two of us with Joel Peters did a seminar, like a weekend conference at the I Am Institute in Florida.
Okay.
Over a long weekend, a few years back. So yeah, you could definitely combine the two.
Absolutely.
Oh, Karen's laughing. You're muted.
I'm giggling at your few years back. You're just.
Yeah, a few years back, probably 20, right?
I don't know, but your book just ties so perfectly to that, my guide inside stuff. It just dovetail, and
yeah,
I'm missing our other friends, but I'm enjoying the 4 of us today.
Yeah, it's nice. Me too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes small is intimate. Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I see it's funny because I miss Tom, because I see cat cartoons now, and I think of him every time I see them. So.
Yeah, but one thing I'm observing as I sit here, I'm enjoying myself immensely. I could do this 8 hours, absolutely a day, right? I should be so lucky, right? I see that both Vanessa and Karen, that wisdom is guiding you more. You're living more a wisdom guided life, more guided life. naturally. And that's what I observe here watching, that you're just, what do I want to say? You're doing what you want to do in a way, but you're just being guided by wisdom. I just see that sitting here. Even you, Karen, with, okay, I don't want those two women there in the first class, and that's okay. And that could be, that's at first you could say, oh, is that fear speaking? Or, well, why not? At first I had like a lot going on in my head about that. And I thought, oh, they need it, but when it quieted down, really, I thought, you know what? That's Karen's wisdom speaking to her.
Well, as a teacher,
Really?
when you're observed, you really want it to be, it's never going to be perfect, because I don't know all the
Right.
kids in all the classes. And that's okay, but I need to build my comfort level in presenting this to students.
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So
sure.
that's
I was,
what's happening. Yeah.
I've read this book, a number of times, because I've got to read it out loud to kids. So you need to do that over and over before I even go into that
Yes.
first room.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
it'll
Yeah.
be memorized by the time I do it the third time, but that's okay.
Yeah, but then you get used to it. I'll share a quick story if it's okay. And Vanessa will appreciate this, I'm sure. When I was first learning how to teach and instruct courses, I had to teach, I taught spinning, Pilates. I didn't teach yoga back then initially, but I was into the weights. Still love the weights. So I taught a lot of functional training courses. So I lived in Illinois for a while, and this woman had a terrible, terrible tragedy in her family happened. It was sad. But anyhow, I got a call. I was fairly new, and I was just on the roster because they wanted you to have experience before they gave you your own class. So I would be a sub. So I was on the sub list. So no problem. And my kids were still young, and they had a little daycare. I would bring them. And I got a call one afternoon, and she said, "Hey, Lynn, this is such and such from, where it was from. I need you to cover like 6 of Kathy's classes. She had a tragedy," and she told me, and I said, "Oh, there's 2 Lynn's. There's one with the E. You must have meant to call the one with the E. I don't spell my name with the E." I said, "But you had to dial the wrong number." "Oh, no," she said, "we need a lot of coverage, and you're going to be on the list." So I'm like, oh my gosh, why would they be calling me? This woman was so well known. She was a rock star. She was in her 50s, probably back then, because I was in my 30s. She had a body to die for. She was just incredible, smart, beautiful. Oh, they loved her. And I'm like, really? Okay. So I'm very nervous. I have everything laid out at my whole paper. I got A, B, C. We're going to do blah, blah, blah. So I'm walking and I see tons of people. They have no clue she's not there today. The room was massive. We could probably fit 50 people in there. You had to have a little stage because it was all level. Otherwise, no one could see you. So they're getting their weights, and I'm sweating bullets. My heart's pounding, and I'm just beside myself. No confidence. I never believed in myself. So I get up there, get all my stuff ready. And after a while, "Hi, this is Lynn." But I tell them, such and such is in here. "Oh, okay, no problem." And I just got the music on, and all of a sudden, I'm just in the flow. I didn't even see the paper there anymore. I was just in it. I was in it, right? Vanessa knows, right? I'm having a great time walking around. "Oh, we're going to hate you." You know how you say, "Lynn, we're going to hate you tomorrow," But anyway, it was 45 minutes long, or maybe it was an hour back then. But it went by so quick. And at the end, they came up and said, "Oh my gosh, Lynn, what other classes do you teach there? Where have you been? We loved it." So there it goes to show you, right? Now that gave me a little bit more confidence, so to speak. So now I got better and better and better. And you're right. That's just what happens. But it's scary, things like when you're doing something new like that. But it's funny. And I didn't know the principles, but I know now that my mind quieted down. Was I still nervous? Sure, I was, but I wasn't paying attention. I had all kinds of things initially. Then I had a great time, and it's just amazing how we work, But you're right, Karen, you're going to get better and better and better. And soon enough, it's just going to flow. So it was interesting.
I'm still like digesting the fact that Karen got this into 2 schools so
I
quickly.
know, me too, me too. I think it's incredible.
Yeah, they got
So
what,
great.
Lori?
That you got this into 2 schools so quickly.
Well,
I didn't think you'd be able to pull it off this quickly. I
Well,
really
and-
did not.
it's my personal learning goal. And one of their things was they wanted to make sure I was going to share it with other people. And it's like,
They're gonna
And
be
she
blown
was-
away.
her concern was the fact I wasn't going to get it done. I got to do 2 lessons. So one will be the reading the book and an activity with that. And then I've got to do 1 more lesson from the other book. So,
You know what also helps, Karen? The fact that the co-author is, what's her name? Kathy Marshall. She's the director of the National Resiliency Center. Tell me that doesn't sound impressive, right?
It
The
does.
National Resiliency Center out of the University of Minnesota. And then you got Dr.
but see, they've not seen these books. They've not touched any of this.
Are you giving those out, Karen? Are the kids getting a book?
No, what I'm going to
Okay.
do is I'm going to read this, and the first activity in here that talks about the My Guidance Side, you know, there was something about, and this is where I got to work on building out the lesson. I know one of the things was, one of the activities was to do like Simon Says. So you start to realize, you know,
Oh, great idea.
you're following the activity, but then all of a sudden you're not hearing, you're just assuming what's
Yes,
coming next.
beautiful, beautiful.
And to have the conversation from there, but I'm also tying in technology for the responses. So that's my comfort zone.
Nice.
So once these lessons get fleshed out, I'll be glad to share them with you to see what I've done. And, you know, there's
I would
another
love
one
you
in
to
there about the
also share
fast
with
mind.
me.
Huh?
I'd love you also to share with me for my daughter.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I
great.
can only get those books online.
You can get these online. There's the teacher version and then there's the
Yeah.
kid version. And
I'm
I
just
would
gonna take the kid
get
version
both-
because I don't want to spend.
get both of them.
I can't. It's too much money for me. And you guys work in dollars. I work in rands.
They're
So,
there's like but if you do the Kindle, it's like it's $10 and it goes to your device.
Yeah, I know, but
I'll write you the lesson up and I'll send it to you. I'll email it to you.
yeah, that'll be great. So, yeah,
Got it, my
for-
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to write
even
these up.
Kindle
And,
is more expensive in South Africa.
No, I don't think it is, but you know, it all adds up, you know. So I'm paying, like, you know, my money is like 20 times the amount of yours.
Oh, wow, wow.
Yeah.
oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it's
because
not
it was
yeah.
like $10 to get the files dropped digitally to my Kindle. I think the book is like 25 or something like that. I
Yeah,
forget
I
how much
won't-
this one was.
Yeah.
but-
So it costs a lot of money for us to,
Gotcha.
it's just easier just to,
I will write them up and I'll be glad to share some stuff with you. You got it.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
You know, Karen, just sitting here thinking this, that, you know, what you're going to share, wait to the parents. I mean, I don't know how many lessons you're doing with the kids, but this is all going to be eventually a downstream effect. I mean, you're on to something really big. I mean, like Lori said, that you got into these schools. Who knows, right? Who knows where this could go, but your comfort level is just going to get better and better. And you're going to be you're going to be guided by wisdom. You know, who knows
They're
where
like,
this could
yeah,
go?
it's crazy how much
Really,
I've been.
I feel so good about this for you. My gosh.
And how much are you going to learn as
Yeah.
well about yourself?
Yeah.
I've learned a
exactly.
Yeah.
ton.
And Karen, you're going to see an experience. Well, how could I say this now? I don't know if I have the words, but you're going to be doing things in there like you just never thought you could do before. That always kind of like happened to me too. Like when you step up and you for yourself, you go, wow, gee, 5 years ago, gee, I don't think I could have done this, right? Because we don't really know what we're capable of, right?
5 weeks ago, I was a little nervous
There you
about
go.
it. Okay,
There you go.
I'll be honest.
Absolutely. So Karen, you're going to do great. I'm so happy for you. I love it. You're following a passion that you found, right? Kind of unexpectedly. And now you want to share with the kids. Oh my gosh. Who better to share with, right?
Yeah.
Really.
And,
Yeah.
and just, you know, and I know there's the middle school guide, but looking at, you know, Lori's book here, I was just like, they're just so similar, and it's just another resource. So,
Yeah.
We are our
Wow.
own best kept secrets in the whole world. Oftentimes, we are our
Yeah.
own best kept, and I say secrets, but yeah, kind of, yeah. Absolutely.
Mm. Well, I had a big insight
Yeah.
I'd like to share with you. Lynn already knows.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's probably not going to seem like a big deal to you, but it was to me. What I realized is that literally in every moment, we are either in a state of ego or love. I saw this with the couples I work with. Every moment, every moment. The only issue, like, the first quote of Sid's in the love book is, the only thing wrong with your relationship is negative thinking. I see it all the time with my couples. It's ego. It's negative thinking about, you're not giving me enough. Don't you love me? Why do you treat me this way?
Yeah.
And it's all, they're treating you badly because you're bugging them,
Yeah.
wanting them to treat you a certain way. Just be in a state of love.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It just
That's
seems
no,
awesome.
you're, I mean,
Awesome.
you're totally honest. I was reading The Enlightened Gardener too, and trying to finish that book. My problem is I get caught up in it all the time. But he talked about something about I'm trying to find the words. Where do I get to my notes?
Yeah, I love that book.
Oh my God, yes.
anytime we see through ego, we're back to love. Love
Yeah.
did never went anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just thoughts of ego covered it up.
Oh, it's psychological virus. That's what it was.
Yes.
A psychological virus.
Psychological virus. Yes.
That's what Sid calls ego.
Negative thinking, yeah.
It's so true. It's so true. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But it's just like what Vanessa
Absolutely.
was saying
That's
earlier.
why, and
Her
I was
husband was
sharing.
being,
Yeah.
brute with her,
Yes.
but it wasn't to her or with her. It was him venting
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
emotional state. In a way, isn't that weird? It's like he's sharing his emotional state
Yeah.
with.
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Thank you
That's
for
a great
sharing
way of
that.
looking at that. That's a great way of looking at it. Wow. I never thought of it that way. That's a great way to look at it. I'll have to remember that when I'm with my parents and my sister, the three of them. Yeah. I see how much I've grown when I go back and I spend some time. I love them dearly, and they're older. Obviously, Lori knows I've spent a lot of time there, but I see how much spiritually I've grown away from all of that. Otherwise, I think I would be in that complaining world and all of that. So yeah, but I see them for what I see that they are just doing the best really that they can based on what they're, thinking, going through. There's no question, but they're not aware of thought. They're not aware that they're thinkers. They don't understand, spiritual realities and or psychological. In a sense, I see it in them. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank goodness that saves me. Yeah.
It's
Puts
just
a
hard
whole
for
different
me.
spin,
It's
Go
hard for
ahead.
me because I've never been married. Both of my brothers are on their second marriages, and John's actually in the process of splitting up the second marriage. It's like one of my best friends is a priest, and it's like Catholic priests are not allowed to get married, but he's my best friend, and we've had some conversations because it really bothered me to see John's divorce that's happened right now. It's like, where does the love go? I mean, two people get together because they want to be together.
Yeah.
It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if anything would be different with them if they did understood the principles,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
Sid said that. I mean, it never goes away. The love
Yeah,
never goes
exactly.
away. It's always there.
Right. Right.
Just covered
Yeah.
up with, like Laurie says, ego of thinking.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But it's in
Right.
that relationship, they're not seeing it anymore. And it's like,
Right. Right. Were they married a long time, Karen?
They got married in 2005.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
15 years.
I mean, this was his second marriage. It's like
Mm,
Sure.
my other brother, Eddie was married for 20 years the first time.
wow. Yeah.
Has he read The Secret of Love?
Yeah. Will they be open? I wonder. Yeah.
I don't know. I know. I don't know. I need to read it first. I've been reading other books right now, but it's on my top of my pile, so
Yeah.
it goes up and down the pile. It's
You know,
there. It's there.
A lot of times people will get divorced, spend a lot of money on a divorce. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised at how many people remarry.
Yeah.
In my little sphere, my tiny little
Really?
counseling practice, 3 couples
Wow.
got divorced and remarried about 5 years down the road.
They remarried their same couples. Oh, wow.
One of them remarried
Wow.
each other twice, got divorced twice from each
Wow.
other and remarried
Wow.
twice.
Wow.
Wow.
That is
Oh my
amazing.
Isn't that
gosh.
interesting?
Yeah, that's interesting. What
Wow.
amazes me is that people go through like a year or two of very hard times and then give up.
Yeah.
You know, they don't push through.
They don't see it as an opportunity to learn
Yeah,
and grow.
right.
They see it
Right.
as, this is awful, terrible. I got to get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
It's
that's
an
the whole mindset
opportunity.
of the world today. You know, it's quick, can move on quickly. Well, you know,
Yeah.
those arranged marriages always fascinate me how
I
you know,
know, me
they
too.
work
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you just, you know, it's just do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
People
That's right.
figure it
Yeah.
out. I know. I was in India and I asked people about that because I was also fascinated. Like, how does this work? They don't even choose each other and they stay together because
Wow.
it's a given.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
It's
That's
so
true.
easy in
Wow.
this day and age to just say, well, let's go get a divorce. It's too hard. They don't
Yeah.
You know,
realize it
eventually
doesn't
you
have to
do.
be hard. All they have to do is
Yes.
listen to each other. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be hard. It can be enlightening.
Yes. Yes.
And you know, you're always going to love the person that you spend time with, no matter if you didn't know them. You will grow to love them.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Absolutely.
hate them if you have a lot of negative thinking.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. You're
And,
right.
you know, actually, a friend of mine, said something this week, and I've been counseling her, and then she just kind of this week said, you know, I've got it, I understand it, and I'm like, oh wow, okay. And then she's doing a course, and it was really beautiful. And she said to me, she said, on the course they have to map out their entire lives, and then also do it in a more creative way, you know, artistically. But she's not artistic. She said, I don't know. I said, well, you know, just write it out or whatever. And then if you've got hardships in your life about some area that just, and then see where the connections are, what happened around that area. So, okay, so if I didn't meet him, I wouldn't have married him. Or if I didn't meet her, I wouldn't have married him. You know, that all those connections. And then she said, and then try and break those connections. Like, oh, that if that didn't happen, then that wouldn't have happened.
Oh,
And she
right.
said, I couldn't break any of the connections because everything actually works together. Like we were saying earlier, wisdom
Yes.
working, you know, we think that wisdom or mind is behind everything all the
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
And it really
Absolutely.
I've heard that in the 3 principles, and I didn't really get that point. And now I'm like, I get it now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Because we are where we're supposed to be right now based on everything that's happened in our life. Go and connect the dots. You're right. If this didn't
Yes.
happen, I wouldn't be here. If that didn't happen, even though something might not have worked out, it wasn't supposed to, it was there to teach you something or introduce you to a person, to a book or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
There is really, and I'm with you, the more I see, there is no accidents in life at all, really. And no accidents. It's just, are we waking up to the fact that we are the creators of these experiences. But even back then, and when I look back, I didn't know I was really the creator, but I paid attention to certain things in my life. And there really is no, you're right, there's no accident. It's we are where we're supposed to be. And the path keeps showing, like Karen, now you're being shown to bring this into the schools. Like, that's no accident. So who knows where that could lead you? I mean, we don't know. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Vanessa. Yeah.
I'm curious what you're saying now, because you're saying that you are the creator of your own experience. Now, to me, that's very me, not mind.
Well, with mind, with mind, I mean, like,
I don't understand that completely.
Yeah, like I say, the creator of our experience, meaning, having the ability, not ability, I don't want to say ability. Like for me, how I mean that's a great question. Do I want to go down? Like sometimes if I could, like anybody else, I could be thinking, oh, this, that, the other thing, feeling insecure, whatever I'm focusing in on. And I wake up and I realize I'm powerful. I'm creating that experience. I don't want that experience. I can let it go. I want to create a better experience. So, and here I'm, let it go. I'm back into, might not be right away, but I'm back into my spiritual power of what I need in that moment. Is it resilience? Do I need a new thought? Do I need a new idea? That's what I mean by creating it, just seeing it, that it's in front of me, that I don't have to rely on something outside of me to make my life happen, so to speak. So like creating our inner world. I'm just, because we are the creator. I could sit here all day and wish for something and not do anything about it. It'll never happen. So it's taking some type of action, so to speak, but listening to my wisdom and deciding which path do I want to go down, the complaining way. When I'm there, nope, I want to take a right turn. I want to feel better. So it's just taking care of my inner world is what I mean by that. Because we really are the creator of our moment to moment experiences, even when we don't know it,
I agree with you, and I completely agree with you, but I think I'm a little bit still confused. And maybe I'm also taking it from a very Christian point of view of like mind or God being in control of everything, and that he create like I don't know that is it him, is mind moving us, or are we doing it?
God gave us free will.
Yeah.
It's free will, but also has he mapped, like I can't remember the word, but has he mapped it out before the beginning of our
I wonder that
before we were born?
Yeah. I wonder
this
that.
is like, I know I'm going very deep, but
no, I wonder that too, Vanessa. Yeah.
I mean, I think I know what I kind of feel in that same line, in the sense that God has a vision for us, but he's also given us free will. And I think sometimes we might get there in a roundabout way. It just, but everyone's free will in our lives has an impact on those connections you were talking about.
Yeah. But now this is a very Christian thought pattern. Is it 3P, or is it?
Well, 3 principles is really before religion, I think, because it's before the world of form. So it's before the world of form. But I think we're guided by also our wisdom, right? And that's really part of whoever you want to say, God, the creative intelligence, I don't know. That's what I take it as. But this definitely before religion.
I know that.
But
I think it's something that we can't wrap our mind or
no,
we can't wrap our intellect around, because it's so far beyond the intellect. I just know that I can trust in the quiet voice. Call it God. I don't know. Whatever word you put to it, that quiet voice, it's universal. It's there to guide us. It's there to keep us out of trouble if we listen.
Yes, if we listen.
But just rolling it back a little bit with our discussion about how one thing leads to another. Check it out. Karen, if you didn't have Dominique and Melissa in your life to give you
anxiety,
angst, you would not have found the 3 principles.
Correct.
Beautiful.
There you go. I love that, Lori.
If my
Beautiful.
first boyfriend, who I
Yes.
was madly in love with and was brokenhearted, if that didn't break up, I would not have found Bert, who brought me
Yeah,
to Sid.
yes, there you
And
go.
yet,
There you
and
go.
now I'll be taking it to them to help expose them and open up their world.
There you go. There you go.
It's
How ironic is
unbelievable.
that? You're going to be the
Unbelievable
one to help
how-
awaken them.
What that's why I think I
Right.
really have seen that every terrible, awful thing that happens to
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
is leading us somewhere. We can't
Yeah.
see the future.
Yes.
So if
No.
we're stuck in how terrible, awful it is,
Right. Right.
we're not open to, okay, this is not good, but it's giving us something
Yes.
that we're going to
yes.
be carrying into the future.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why when we're really more in that present I say, I don't know what else to call it, but really the moment, the more we linger there, even though it's hard every moment, I don't mean that, but the more we linger there, I see it that that's where life unfolds right in front of our eyes. That's how we manifest. I hate that word manifest. I don't want to say manifest, but that's what happens when we're present in life. We see the opportunities in front of us. I only met Lori months ago. I couldn't have visualized or did a vision board. I would have never. So it's so funny where life, if I didn't sign up to help, they needed help, the 3PGC, they wanted to expand and do more webinars. So they asked for volunteers and I said, well, I'm on a lot of them. Well, I can help them out. Why not? So that's when I meet Lori. Now, if I didn't do that, I would have never met Lori. So who was guiding me to do that? Wisdom, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Pushing me.
beautiful.
And then I meet Lori. If I didn't do that, I would have never met Lori. Isn't that crazy?
Mm.
Yeah, you're right. It's just everything is connected, connecting the dots, Yeah.
More
It's
and more, it
wild.
just looks to me like there's this river of life,
I know. I
a
think
flow
so.
to it,
Definitely.
and we can resist it
Yeah.
and wait at the bank of the river,
Yeah.
or we can just welcome it,
Yeah.
and accept it, accept where we're going. We're the four of us. Look at how lucky we are
I know.
to have been
You're right,
exposed to this in such a small pub. Yeah, you go in a Facebook group, 3 Principles of Mind, Thought, and Consciousness, and there's 8,000 people there. But
Yeah.
8,000 people, A, is a very small
Uh,
percentage. B, a
yeah.
lot of those people don't have the same depth that we have.
Yes.
And we all four
exactly.
know that we're going to go deeper
Exactly.
ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
But a
Absolutely.
lot of those 8,000 people are thinking, well, I've got to also add on hypnosis, or I have
Yes,
to add
yes.
on
Yes. Yeah.
this, or have to add,
Yeah.
you can't just do the 3 principles. Well, yeah, because it's not a doing,
Yes.
it's a seeing.
Yeah, they haven't seen it deep enough. You're right. And you know what I find too, ladies, and this might be true for you too. When you see, how do I say this? Being more in the river of life with this understanding, like Lori said, that, me too, I'm so grateful for. I'm able to trust in the flow that life, I'm able to trust. That's all I could say, is against resisting it or trying to think it should go this way, not that way. And I find this, even this last 6 months, I don't know, just living from trust. Am I in a position to live from trust? On paper, heck no. But I'm doing it anyway. Right? Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? Does that ring true for anybody else?
Mm,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
I
I'm
can't
finding
believe it's I
interesting
can't believe
is,
there's 10 minutes left of this class.
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Vanessa. What were you saying? Was it?
What I'm finding interesting is that we are all um, we're all made from energy. We're all
Mhm,
the
mhm.
same.
Exactly.
And I explain this to my daughter that you can't compare because we're all the same. Yes, we're unique. And then like sitting with you three here, like before, I would have thought, oh, Laurie is so much better than I am. And it's now, I just got this insight. It's like, no, she's actually an equal to I am.
Yes. Yes.
And it was that's what I got right now. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Sid always says. No one is better than anybody else. We're all the same. You know, we're all made of that spiritual energy. Nobody, he said, I know this because I was listening to it yesterday. I was driving and I loved it. Nobody is more spiritual than anybody else. Right.
So
But you ever, but it's so misled. Like a lot of people will say, oh, such and such, she's so spiritual. She's more spiritual. The world lives. Now I just see so much. The world lives off myths. People are stuck and suffer, unfortunately, because of what they never question, But yeah, that's awesome, Vanessa. You're absolutely right. I love that. And see, you're not saying that on an intellectual level. You get it. You've embodied it. You can't learn that. You can read something in the book. Oh, don't compare yourself to others and stay stuck trying to do 5 tips, tools, or strategies. You see it for what it is. You see it on a deep level that we can't even wrap our head around or our hands around. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
but that doesn't stop me. I'm sorry, now I'm asking questions.
No.
Like
okay.
this week, like I've got the 3 principles, and I can see my conscious levels are definitely growing, and I'm getting more and more in it. But this week I've been reading like other books, not 3P. Yes, they are related to 3P, they're 3P people, but they're not. And it confused me for a moment or for a day where I'm like, oh, am I losing 3P? Am I going to lose this whole, flow that we're talking about now? Because, I also, and now I'm starting to read, okay, I'm reading a book, Mindset, I'm reading Steve Chander's stuff, and,
I can talk
it's
about
different.
that.
There's different
Yes.
points of views,
Yes.
And I still think like I'm reading it, and I'm actually, and I'm learning. But I think I'm battling to say, I don't find now where I so battled in the beginning of the week. Am I losing 3 principles? Now I feel like, no, I can never lose it.
No.
Because I understand it comes from the inside out.
Yes.
Yes, I'm allowed to gain knowledge, because that was what I was fearing a bit, like, should I not use my intellect? And now I'm like, I can read the books. I'm not going to, I can just see it from a different point of view.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'd love to comment on that. I totally 100% understand where you're coming from. And that's happened to me. Somebody actually asked me the other day, Lynn, what books do you read, this Think and Grow Rich? I said, absolutely not. Honestly, at this stage of where I am, I gave up all of those books. I studied with Steve Chandler. He's incredible. And I was blessed to be in his last course. He's a great guy, and I learned a lot from him. But once I began to see the richness, the depth of the principles, and my level of understanding deepen over the last several years, I personally, I can't read those books anymore. Have I learned a lot? Sure. But I just, not that there's anything wrong with them, but I just can't do it. They don't benefit me anymore. And I just stay away. Only books I read are Sid's and Lori's. Apparently I got 2 more to read. But I just, for myself, I just, I can't do it anymore. I can't even pick up a magazine in a grocery store anymore, because that's all they are how-to tips, tools, how to blast through confidence, how to achieve peace and happiness. Once, like Sid always says, once you see truth, it clears the lenses of misperception. Truth gives you a rise in a level of consciousness, and you can't go back. It's like having, I always say, a great glass of wine with a really good wine. And then you want to go back to something that's not so good. You can't do it. If you're
But you know
drinking
what also
Camus, you can't go back.
But Sid also said that you will find it everywhere. Once you start seeking for it, you'll find it everywhere. And I actually, I'm reading Steve's stuff, and I've read
He's
it.
excellent. He's excellent.
He's excellent, but I
Mhm.
still see he understands. He
Mhm.
actually does
Yes,
understand
yes,
inside
yes.
out, because I'm seeing this knowledge coming out, and it's not like in the olden days where I would like, oh, I'm packing it on me,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
must do it.
Yeah,
It's like, oh no, it will move through me,
yeah.
if that makes sense.
Right, because
It's
Steve
coming.
is sharing, right, Steve is sharing what he knows. He's sharing his insights, what he's come to see. So it's truth. Yeah, he's sharing his, and not in all the books, but mainly he's sharing what he's come to see, what's true for him.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, you have to, I can't, you do what's good for you, but for me, I just can't do it anymore because I've read so many of those over the years, but I just, but they're great. They're great, but I just, I can't read those anymore.
You're writing instead of reading, Lynn.
Yeah, I'm writing instead of reading. Yeah, I'm writing my own now.
Lynn's got
Oh, that's
so many
awesome.
words coming out of her. I
Oh my
cannot
God.
believe it.
I've never been this way.
Wow.
I wake up, I got you're gonna come here, you're gonna laugh one day. I got pads all over the place here. My God.
Did you both get
Crazy,
her
crazy.
30 days of inspiration?
Oh yeah, I'll have to send it to you. I'll have to send. Oh yeah, I gotta send it to you, Karen. Oh yeah, Karen. Oh my gosh, you didn't send
What
it to you
about
guys?
me?
You too. I'm writing my thing here. Karen, I think I have your email. Vanessa, you too. What's your email, Vanessa?
Vanessa, Vanessa,
You
Enslin,
can find it in the
EN.
group when I
Oh,
send out the
okay,
recording.
okay. Oh, that's right. Thank you. I'll send you my book. But yeah, and that's really
And
what it is.
but Laurie, you have. I mean, isn't this that the secret to love? Are you going to send it out to everybody? No,
You don't have a Kindle, so you have a
I
hard, she
do
has
have a
a real
Kindle.
book. Oh no, but hers isn't on, yours isn't on Kindle, right, Lori? Your
It's
book?
not in Kindle, but
Okay.
it's in iTunes.
Oh,
The
there it is.
audio is in iTunes.
Karen.
I can't believe that the publisher has not made a Kindle. I just
I
found out
know.
about
I
that.
know.
Oh,
They're really backed up at Low and
oh,
Pine.
Wow,
What can I tell
wow,
you?
wow.
Yeah,
okay.
but iTunes, yeah. I
But
mean,
iTunes
I
is part
couldn't
of
send you a
iPad.
book. It would cost me a fortune to
No,
send a
it
book
will cost you a fortune.
to South Africa.
That's why you can't get the other stuff. Yeah, gotcha.
No.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I was going to say something. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Either the last meeting or the meeting before, I can't remember which, where Julia said that she got away from the three principles for a
Yes,
while. She
yes,
started following different,
yes.
what are they called? Techniques and
Yeah,
strategies. And she realized that she was not feeling what she felt when she was around the three
yes,
principles. And
yes,
that's when she came back.
yeah,
She said, oh God, journaling and all of that stuff
yeah,
she was getting anxious and feeling
yes,
miserable
yes.
again.
And
And
even
then
this
she came
lady,
back.
Amber. Oh,
Amber,
sorry.
this other
Yes,
woman
Amber,
just got in
another
touch
lady,
with
same
us.
situation. Yes, yeah.
Do you two know about our meetup, by the way?
I
We've
do. I'm
got,
just afraid of
Oh, yeah,
having.
we talked about that last week, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm
But does
sorry.
it,
the time is wrong because I'll be doing it like at
yeah,
1
it's
o'clock
too
at
late.
night.
Yeah, it won't serve you. Yeah, you're too far ahead of us. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Karen, it doesn't go on your timeline. I mean, it doesn't go on Facebook. It's, we don't, it doesn't show people. You don't have to you could join it if you want to, but it doesn't.
I don't want to join the group.
Okay, no problem.
But
Okay, no worries.
but if I can come to the Zoom without joining the group.
Oh,
because-
yes, you
Because if you
can.
join the
Yes.
group, then the group will show up on my Facebook profile and I don't feel
Oh,
comfortable
no,
with
I
that.
didn't think it did, but I don't think mine does, but we can send you the Zoom link. Absolutely. You don't have to
Okay.
register. We
Yeah.
can just send you the Zoom if it's a topic that you're interested in. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
but you
we can
have
do
to
that.
go on the,
Well, I
'cause
could
it's
give her the
not good.
Zoom
We
link.
have the word sex
Yeah.
in there and,
Sorry, I teach in a school
well,
district.
when-
I just, yeah.
right. You have to be careful.
Oh, I get it.
Um,
I totally get it. Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
But I'm
Yeah.
just wondering, she can go on and nobody will know she's on. She doesn't have to join in
No,
order to
I
go
just-
on the event.
Yeah, right. I could just send her
Check
the
out the
Zoom link.
events.
Right.
You just
kind
won't
of a
get
Zoom link.
notices
Yeah.
Gotcha.
that the events are happening. Because,
Yeah.
yeah, but this woman who used to be a client of mine found our meetup. Because
Oh,
I send it
Amber,
out
yeah.
in my newsletter, I guess. And she said she had gone away
Yes.
and now she's
Yes.
coming back because, it's easy to get
Yeah,
steered in
yes.
the outside in world.
Exactly. And I
Easy to
spoke with
get.
her, and that's exactly what she said, Lori. She said that she spent more time trying to figure out, and these are her words, why she felt so bad. And she said, I was trying to connect it to my upbringing before she's going through a very, well, she will be going through a divorce. And so she's trying to pinpoint certain things in her life. And she said she went down a rabbit hole. Not good, not good. So she's coming back. Yeah. You got to go, Karen?
No,
Oh,
no.
no, her
maybe-
daughter. Oh, I'm
We're
sorry.
waiting
There she
to
is.
hear
Hi, honey. I see her
Vanessa's
now.
daughter.
Oh, cute.
Come down here. My
Hi, honey,
daughter
how
says
are you?
It's time to go.
Oh, I know. We'll let your mom go. We'll give your mom back. We just borrowed her for an hour and a half.
Nice guys. Lovely
All right,
chatting.
Vanessa, take care. You
Take
take care. Have
care.
a good one.
See you next
Okay.
week.
Take care,
Okay.
everybody. See you next
Bye-bye.
week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Karen, awesome story, Karen. We're proud of you, Karen.
Sorry for
That's
dumping
great.
so much. Like, I
No,
just-
that's great. It's all great,
Yeah.
everybody. We're
Great
thrilled
work,
for
Karen.
everybody. Great work for
Bravo,
everybody.
Thank you.
That's right.
bravo.
That's right.
I'll
Awesome.
have plenty to report back next week. Thank you
Okay,
all.
can't wait. All right. Have a great weekend, ladies. Take care.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was okay. So we want to stop recording though, because
Yeah,
oh,
thank
you want
you.
me? Okay, no problem. No, I'm remembering. You usually have to remind me. I never remember.
Yeah.